You've been praying for the exact same thing for weeks, maybe even months, and absolutely nothing changes. The circumstances look identical, or maybe, honestly, they've even gotten worse. The news you're desperately waiting for, it just doesn't arrive. Today, we're looking at Hebrews 11:1, a verse that speaks directly to the heavy, heavy weight of waiting. Because I know that deep down, in those quiet, exhausted moments, you might be starting to wonder if God even hears you anymore. So, are you tired of praying without an answer? If you're completely exhausted from asking and just not seeing results, I want you to stay right here with me for a few minutes. Your fatigue is so incredibly valid. And those feelings of doubt you're carrying around, please hear this. They aren't a spiritual failure, not at all. They are just a completely normal part of navigating a very painful reality. Section 1, the ancient anchor. Let's look at this historic lifeline together. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. That's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Just take a deep breath and let the weight of those words sink in for a second. It's so crucial to understand that this verse wasn't written for people who had their lives perfectly put together or had all the answers. It was written specifically for the exhausted, the persecuted, and those ready to just give up. The original audience who received this letter, they were suffering. They had been waiting a very long time, facing intense rejection, and a lot of them were deeply tempted to just abandon the whole thing and turn back. Section 2. What faith actually is. To really get this, we have to dismantle some exhausting myths. Look, faith is never about denying your reality. It is not about pretending you aren't suffering, or acting like an illness isn't real, or pasting a fake smile over a massive, heartbreaking problem. It's also not some magic mental trick where if you just think positively enough, boom, you get exactly what you want. That is a heavy, toxic burden, and it just isn't faith. True faith is entirely different. It's holding fast to God's faithfulness even while you are walking straight through uncertainty and still don't see the result. Let's dig into a fascinating piece of history to really ground this. Take that word assurance. In the original language this was written in, it was actually used as a legal term. It literally referred to the title deed of a property. Think of it like this. It's like holding the deed to a house that is still under construction. You definitely can't live in it yet. You don't see the finished walls, the roof isn't even on, and the site is a complete mess. But that legal document right there in your hand, it proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that the house is yours. Faith works in a remarkably similar way. It's about clinging to a faithful God while the construction of your life is ongoing. You don't have the finished result in your hands yet, and honestly, the messy middle is incredibly hard, but you are holding on to His word. And I want to remind you of something profoundly honest. Many of the great men and women of the Bible actually died without ever seeing the final outcome of the promises they held. But their faith wasn't less real because of it. It was incredibly brave. Section 3. Practical steps of faith. So how do we actually live this out when we wake up tomorrow? I encourage you to grab your phone or a piece of paper and walk through these 3 concrete steps with me. Step 1. Name what you are waiting for honestly. Write it down exactly as it is, without any pretty spiritual dressing. Step 2. Write an unchanging truth about God right next to it, something that remains true even if your circumstances never change, like the fact that He is faithful, He sustains you, and He has not abandoned you. And step 3. Take one small step in the dark, just one step of responsibility or obedience today. Because moving forward in the dark, when you still don't see the answer, is a profound act of true faith. Section 4. A prayer for today. I know this road is difficult, and I want you to know you aren't walking it alone. Let these words be your own today. Lord, the waiting exhausts me, and sometimes the uncertainty fills me with doubt. I admit I do not see the answer, but today I choose to remember who you are, faithful, good, present. Give me the strength to take just one more step, even if I walk in the dark. Amen. As we wrap up our time together today, I want to leave you with this comforting thought. You do not need to see the whole path to take the next step. If this message brought you a bit of peace today, I encourage you to save it for those heavy days when the waiting really starts to weigh you down again. And please, leave a comment about what you are waiting for today, so you know for sure you aren't alone in this. Remember, the deed is in your hands, even while the construction is ongoing. One verse, one step, every day.